You're listening to Greater Good Radio Hawaii. Please visit us online at greatergoodradio.com. Today's guest is John McManus, Managing Partner of Baywest and Baywest Equities. John is a board member of the Gift Foundation of Hawaii and Rehab Hospital. John, we've been talking to a lot of Gift Foundation board members. Could you tell us what the Gift Foundation means to you?
Sure. I'm a new board member of the Gift Foundation, and it's what was appealing to me was BJ Kobayashi approached me about joining the board and explained a little bit about Gift, and I knew that it was modeled after the Gift Foundation in Boston, and basically the idea of raising money and being a catalyst to help out younger nonprofits that were youth-based predominantly was appealing to me. And certainly the way that they, it's a lot of kind of younger, Honolulu. It's
more younger, exciting energy.
Exactly. So that was appealing, and it's just a fun group, and I hang out with a lot of these board members on a regular basis, socially anyway, and so as opposed to, having a few drinks with them, this is actually a productive thing to do in addition to having a blast. So
what is it that gets you real excited about doing, this Gift Foundation? Someone says, what really gets you, going?
Well, I think, seeing the end result, seeing the dollars get to, for example, the Shirohia Productions. And this year we raised, enough money to even take it beyond Ohia into some other nonprofits, which is, really terrific. And to have the corporate support like we had this year, was tremendous, and now we have some private individuals that are talking about matching our funds every year. So this has gone from a revenue source that was in its incubation a few years ago into a pretty serious sized available.
The amount of money raised is substantial in one night.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what's the focus for the Gift Foundation in the future then? Are they continuing with this type of format, a big party and one-time fundraiser, or are they doing other things?
Well, I think for now we're looking at ways to grow the event, and we're kind of entering into those talks right now. But I think eventually we might do other events throughout the year. But at this point, I think the discussion is just how to keep it fun. The main thing, keep it fun and keep people interested, and and raise money for smaller nonprofits that are struggling financially and get them over their fiscal hump.
You're also involved in the Rehab Hospital. Could you tell us your involvement with that?
Sure. I'm also a new board member of the Rehab Foundation, and Rehab Hospital is Peter Ho approached me about joining the Rehab Foundation, and I just had a friend who in San Francisco. He was coming home one night and was locked out of his apartment, and he was on the fence and actually slipped and fell, and he hit his head, and I think it was on a brick patio. It was really bad, and then at the time we didn't know whether or not he was going to make a full recovery or what was going on, but his brain had been pretty well damaged and had some cerebral swelling at the time. So he was flown from San Francisco to Craig Hospital in Denver. And so a few of his friends, we went out to Denver. And it was my first experience looking at a rehab-type facility. And they, his injuries were pretty severe, but through rehabilitation and the staff there, he's able to have motor function, and he's able to talk and really be self-sufficient. And so that was the first experience for me with a rehab facility. And so when Peter approached me, kind of all these events kind of had just sort of unfolded. So I figured, hey, don't fight fate, it's timing, and get involved. And there's a terrific group at Rehab. And just the, if you look at the demographics here in Hawaii, you think, Rehab's going to be an integral part of a lot of people's lives going forward as, people age, and, you have these, unfortunately, life events, strokes, and people rehabilitating from heart injuries or whatever. So so it was a personal and I think it's a winner hospital and organization.
Thanks for joining us today on Greater Good Radio. For more information or a transcript of today's show, please visit us online at greatergoodradio.com. This is your host, Evan Leong and Carrie Leong, saying please join us next time for another episode of Greater Good Radio, Hawaii.